Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Living Well, 10-minute tips to a healthier you. I'm Sandra Grenzi, Family and Community Health Sciences Educator for Rutgers Cooperative Extension of Hunterdon County. And our topic for today is calories in, calories out, all about energy balance. So energy in our bodies is used for all of the metabolic processes that our bodies run. So the energy that it takes to have our hearts beat, to breathe, to work all of our muscles, to think, for every cell of our body to perform its function. And that energy comes in the form of everything that we eat and drink. So today we're going to talk about what happens when we are in energy balance, or if our energy intake is out of balance. So I thought I'd bring my nice pan balance with me today to do a little demonstration. So my balance represents our starting point. This side, we're going to call that the energy coming in the form of all the food and beverages that we consume. This side would be the energy that we're using up, or the energy that goes out. And that can be, of course, all the physical activity that we do, but also all those metabolic processes that we don't even think about that also take energy every day. Even sleeping takes some energy. So if the number of calories coming in equal the number of calories being burned, we will be in energy balance and our weight will be stable. So that would look like something like this. The weight is the same on either side. Now, what happens if we put too much in from calories going in? So let's say that over time we're consuming more calories than we're burning. So these are the extra calories that can come from larger portions of foods than we need, or choosing foods that are high in calories, high in fat, just eating too much overall. So this is what that's going to look like. So you can see our pan balance is out of whack. It's not balanced anymore. So that situation would be called positive energy balance. Too much coming in. So what do we do about that? Well, one of the ways that we can get this back into balance is to burn more on this side. So I'm going to do that. So this would be like, okay, doing more physical activity every day to balance those extra calories coming in. So let's see if we can get back into balance. And there we go. Okay, so this is energy balance. Our weight would be stable over time. Now, what happens if we do more physical activity on this side? So we're really into a great physical activity program. Let's try that. Once again, our balance is not even. This situation where there's more being burned than what's coming in, we call that negative energy balance, or an energy deficit. And over time, if we kept this situation, if we burned more calories than what are coming in, our bodies would lose weight. So if we're at a stable weight, we can be pretty sure that the calories coming in are equal to the calories going out, even if it's not the weight we want to be at. So, what causes some people to be able to lose weight more easily than others? Or what factors are involved besides just, obviously this is a very simplistic demonstration, and human bodies are way more complicated than this, of course. But in general, as we age, we don't burn as many calories as we did when we were younger. Every decade that we age, our basal metabolic rate declines, unfortunately, some amount, and there is a big difference between the number of calories that we need in middle age and older compared to when we were young. Also, particular stage of life. So during pregnancy or lactation, the calorie needs are much higher. So, and there are other genetic differences, and researchers are looking at why on that continuum of weight loss, some people seem to have so much more difficulty. There can be hereditary factors. Sometimes you can see families that have the same body type and the same issues with weight. So it's complicated in human beings. But what can we do to get closer to being in energy balance? So there are some things that we can think about. In dietetics, we say that it takes about 3,500 calories are in a pound of body fat. And even though we never lose body fat exclusively when we lose weight, it's a good number, to kind of illustrate how weight loss might work. So if we wanted to lose a pound a week, that would mean we would have to come up with a deficit, an energy deficit of 500 calories a day. And that can be really daunting for people. I mean, that's cutting back on a lot of food portions or making a lot of swaps, or the other side of the equation, doing a lot more physical activity than maybe we're used to doing. However, we can maybe take it into even smaller steps. So we can say, maybe let's shoot for a deficit to start of 250 calories. It'll take us longer to lose a pound. It'll take 2 weeks instead of 1 week, but it might be doable. We might be able to keep it up over the course of that 2 weeks and even longer. So how can we look to save little bits of calories over the course of our day, or do little bits of physical activity over the course of our day? Of course, I have some tips. So just a few examples here. We can come up with many more simple ways to save 100 calories. If you're used to eating 2 cups of pasta or rice as a serving, if you cut out just a half a cup of that, you would save about 100 calories. So that'd be one way that you could save 100 calories in a day. And then maybe you can find another way. So maybe if you're used to using 2 tablespoons of salad dressing, cut it back to 1. That could be another 100 calories. Or if you're used to having 2 slices of cheese on your sandwich, maybe take 1 off, and that could save 100 calories. So we could use a combination of those simple ideas to come up with a calorie deficit of certainly 200 calories, maybe 250, maybe 300. Now on the other side, what can we do about increasing our physical activity? How can we burn 100 calories or more every day? Well, all forms of physical activity count. It doesn't have to be organized physical activity at the gym. It can be activities of daily living that you do in all other places and all other times during the day. So for example, housework. Cleaning your house for a total of 30 minutes could burn about 100 calories. Or going for a 30-minute walk definitely could burn 100 calories. If you walk faster and longer, you'll burn more. Putting on some music, maybe while you're cleaning, and dancing or moving around, really moving your body, will burn 100 calories or more compared to just standing still. Now, if you're very sedentary during the course of the day, and we all have been more sedentary than we like to be, if you're watching TV, if you're on the computer, take frequent breaks and do some physical activity. So if you're in a 2-hour movie or a 2-hour Zoom session, take a few short minute breaks, do some marching in place, do some jumping jacks if you've got the room, and if you can do enough of those sets, over that course of time, right there in your own home, you can burn 100 calories. So by combining 100 calories burned from more physical activity with 100 calories saved from our food intake, we can come up pretty easily with an energy deficit of 200 calories. So the weight loss will be slower, obviously, but slower and healthy is definitely the way to sustain weight loss. So I hope you find some of these tips helpful and that this demonstration maybe helped you understand energy balance a little bit better. I hope you join me next week. Our topic will be understanding portion sizes. So join me next week. I promise it won't take more than 10 minutes, and I will see you then.